Many of us have believed for years that if you work hard, stay disciplined, and hold on to your dreams, life will reward you. This is a story passed down through generations in the UK, a promise that with effort, you can improve your circumstances, buy your own home, and build a secure future. But what if I told you, this promise is more myth than reality? I'm David, and today I want to share some hard truths about why, for many, hard work alone no longer guarantees financial security or a better life. Social mobility, the chance to rise above the limits of your background, was once a cornerstone of British identity. After World War II, expanding education and growing industries meant children from working-class families could climb the ladder to middle-class stability. But the picture today is very different. The ladders of opportunity are disappearing. Did you know that children born in the 1980s in the UK have fewer chances of climbing higher than their parents, even with more education? This isn't just bad luck or a few unlucky breaks, it's a systemic problem. Studies show the UK is one of the least socially mobile developed countries, meaning where you start in life, and who your parents are, heavily influences where you'll end up. What does that mean for you or your loved ones? Well, if you're renting and struggling to save, you're not alone. Housing prices have soared far beyond wages, locking many out of home ownership, once a major way families built wealth. And education? Although more young people attend university than ever before, access to elite schools and influential networks remains limited to a privileged few. These realities create barriers that no amount of hard work alone can overcome. The system favors those already ahead, while working-class families face a tougher climb every year. And for ethnic minorities, these challenges are often doubled, with structural bias blocking equal opportunity even after qualifications are earned. But what can we do about this? I'll be exploring solutions in today's video, from fairer education access, affordable housing initiatives, to reforms in employment practices. If you believe in a fair shot for everyone, make sure to watch till the end and subscribe to the channel. Together, we can understand what's going wrong and what might just bring real change. So stay with me, because this isn't just a story about statistics, it's about real people, real struggles, and the future of Britain as a place where hard work can still pay off. Don't miss out, hit that subscribe button now to get the full breakdown coming up next. The idea that working hard guarantees success and financial stability has been a fundamental belief for many decades in the UK. For the post-war generation, it was true to a significant extent. Expanding access to grammar schools, a growing welfare state, and booming industries created a pathway for many working-class families to move into better jobs, buy homes, and secure pensions. This was the era when social mobility was considered a real possibility for the average Brit. However, since the 1980s, this pathway has become increasingly obstructed. One of the biggest shifts we've seen is in education. While it's true that more people are attending university now than ever before, education alone isn't the equalizer it's often made out to be. Private schools, which educate only about 6 to 12% of the population, continue to dominate the top positions in society. From senior judges to influential journalists, a large proportion have private education backgrounds. This reflects not only academic advantage but also access to powerful networks and cultural capital that are simply not available to many state-educated children. For many state school students, the university experience is burdened by significant debt. The average student debt is around £45,000 by the time they graduate, which can weigh heavily on early career choices, often forcing them to take jobs that are simply about paying bills rather than advancing or gaining valuable experience. Meanwhile, their privately educated peers often have the financial safety nets to take unpaid internships and network extensively, which leads to better job prospects and faster career progression. This unequal playing field in education and employment contributes heavily to the social mobility problem. Housing is another critical factor. Owning a home has long been a way for families to build wealth and provide financial security across generations. But today's housing market is vastly different. The ratio of average house prices to average incomes has soared. What a single income could afford in the 1980s is now out of reach for many, particularly younger generations and those renting. In London, the ratio is even more severe, often over 12 times the average income. This makes owning a home, and the associated wealth building, a distant dream for many. Renting for extended periods means no equity is built, no financial cushion is created, and no assets can be passed on to children. This directly impacts long-term social mobility, as wealth, not income, is the key factor in determining the opportunities available to future generations. The richest 10% of households in the UK hold nearly half of the country's wealth, while many struggle to save at all. The erosion of stable, well-paying jobs is yet another challenge. The rise of gig economy work, zero-hour contracts, and precarious employment means many people cannot rely on a steady income or benefits like pensions and sick pay. This instability affects not just financial security but also the ability to plan for the future, invest in education, or buy a home. Even professions once considered solid pillars of the middle class, like teaching and nursing, face cuts, strikes, and uncertainty, leading to growing frustration. Cultural capital, the social assets beyond money and education, also plays a subtle but powerful role in social mobility. How you speak, your accent, mannerisms, and familiarity with social norms often affect how you're perceived in professional and elite spaces. For many from working class or minority backgrounds, these unwritten rules can be significant barriers. Even small things like knowing how to network, understanding dress codes, or making small talk can impact job interviews or workplace integration. Race and ethnicity further complicate the picture. Despite high aspirations and educational achievements in many minority communities, structural barriers persist. Black graduates, for instance, face higher unemployment rates than their white peers, even with similar qualifications. Pakistani and Bangladeshi households are often concentrated in low-paying, insecure jobs. Indian and Chinese students may excel academically but remain underrepresented in senior leadership roles. This double disadvantage of class and race means that even those who work hard face systemic challenges that can't be overcome by effort alone. Throughout all these challenges, government promises to level up opportunities and reduce inequality have largely fallen short. Successive administrations have pledged reforms, but austerity measures and cuts to local services have disproportionately affected disadvantaged communities. Rising costs of tuition, housing, and childcare continue to burden working and middle-class families, making upward mobility more difficult than ever. So, what does this all mean for seniors watching today? While the focus is often on younger generations, seniors are not untouched by these changes. Many worry about their children and grandchildren's futures, the legacy they can leave behind, and the stability of social services that support older people themselves. Understanding these systemic issues is the first step in advocating for change and supporting policies that can help restore opportunity. Later in this video, we will explore some of the concrete solutions being discussed by experts and activists, from investing in early childhood education and reforming housing policies to tackling workplace inequality and improving social safety nets. But first, it's important to understand the depth of the problem. Now, if you're finding this valuable so far, please click the like button and subscribe to stay updated with content that matters to you and your family's future. There's much more coming next. It's also important to recognize how these challenges don't just affect individuals, but entire communities. Regions outside of London and the Southeast often face harsher social mobility cold spots, where children born into disadvantaged families encounter even steeper obstacles. Towns like Blackpool, Hastings, and Middlesbrough have some of the lowest upward mobility rates in the country. This regional inequality means that your postcode can determine your future more than your effort or talent. For seniors, this means that family members living in these areas may face compounded difficulties, affecting their ability to secure good jobs or stable housing. Moreover, as wealth concentrates in the hands of a few, social divisions widen, leading to fractured communities and growing disillusionment with the idea that Britain remains a land of opportunity. But acknowledging these problems is not about giving up, it's about demanding better. It's about supporting policies that invest in early years education, create affordable housing, and protect workers' rights. It's about ensuring that no one is left behind because of where they were born, the color of their skin, or the size of their bank account. In the next part of this video, we'll dive deeper into how these systemic barriers operate and what realistic steps can be taken to revive social mobility for all generations. Stay tuned, and remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out.